Hi, one must be our videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 14 in the NFL. We are talking with professional handicapper Doug Upstone, doing our very popular regular weekly spot where we get his top 3 value plays each week in the NFL. Doug Upstone, how'd you do last week?
Peter, once again, nailed it here with the value plays. 2-1. That's 2-1 3 weeks in a row. So very pleased with that. Have a nice winning record overall with these picks now on the season. So just continue to truck along and looking for that elusive 3-0.
Very, very nice. You always seem to come on really, really strong towards the end of the NFL season, towards the middle and the end. What's your first value play for NFL Week 14, Doug?
My first play, Peter, is on Buffalo over Philadelphia. Philadelphia only opened as a 1-point favorite against Buffalo, and then were flipped to 1-point underdogs. I think what happened is a lot of people just considered that win by Philadelphia to be pretty fluky, and that's pretty much backed up by the fact that they only had 248 yards of total offense. Now, when I look at this game, I think ultimately it's to be a pick. And similar to my selection last week that was right with Seattle, if I'm correct, if the game is a pick or around that number, that's telling me that odds makers still think is the better team. And Buffalo, I think that offers a real good value. I think Buffalo is going to be the play here.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Doug Upstone. I saw this one. I got it after the move, though. You know, I was not sure what I thought about it on the opening line. Then I looked into it more deeply, and I decided, you know what, I agree with the move. And I took it at Buffalo -1.5. I get burned by the move, that's fine. But I think you're right. Buffalo's playing great. The offense is really working, and Philly, I think, is the team having a lot of issues, and they just were able to take advantage of a banged-up Pats last week. All right, what's your second value play for us, NFL Week 14, Doug?
My second value play is on Denver over Oakland. Now, right now, Gary Kubiak, their coach, the Broncos coach, has the type of team that he really wants, which is one that can run the ball, that can throw the ball to complement the run. The offensive line is clicking, so it's all kind of come together. Now, whether that'll lead to postseason success is another story. But when you look at Denver defensively, they're number 1 in total defense, they're number 1 in sacks, and they're second in fewest points allowed. Now, conversely, when you look at this game, it's at 7, which is kind of mystifying to me. I think adds quite a bit of value because when they played a few weeks ago in Oakland, Denver was a 5.5-point favorite. So if you think of it in a traditional sense, Denver should be a 11.5-point favorite at home. But they're not. They're only 7. Offers a lot. And, you know, I think that, hey, Peter, I understand Peyton Manning is probably worth it, you know, in a more normal sense, at least 4.5 points more than Brock Osweiler. But I just don't think this is going to be the case. Denver has really owned Oakland. They're 8-0 against them. They're 7-1 against the spread. And I think at 7, with the fact that Oakland has committed 2 or more turnovers in 4 of their last 5 games, I think it's a really great value with the Broncos.
All right, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I think about this game, but definitely that performance by Denver last week on the road was very, very impressive. When your defense does that week in and week out, you're probably a bet in most cases. All right, Doug Upstone, what's your third value play for NFL Week 14?
My third value play is on the New England Patriots. Now, the one thing that's been unusual about this season, and I don't know if you know this or not, Peter, or maybe I'm sure you do because you follow all this stuff like I do, but there's been 4 teams so far that have started at least 6-0, and when they finally lost, they also lost the following week, which is the case of what happened with New England last week. Now, I think that helps all of us that think the Patriots can win this week get value because they're only -3 at Houston. Now, Tom Brady did not play well. The team, quite honestly, did not play well. They made a lot of unusual moves and uncharacteristic, and with turnovers and different things, and forcing issues that they normally don't do. Now, going to Houston, it is off a bad loss at Buffalo, coming off 4 straight wins and covers. But I think we get a lot of value here with this particular team. And this, last I checked, Peter, when a team and last record is 6-6, that's still 500. And when I look at New England, they're 15-5 against the spread on the road, off an upset loss as a favorite, winning by over 10 points a game. I think the Patriots, tremendous value this week.
That's an interesting analysis, Doug Upstone. When I first saw this line, I thought that I grabbed Houston at +3.5 just because the Pats are having so many issues offensively. I was on Philly last week. That might have been a little bit lucky considering some of the lucky scores that Philly got. I took Houston. You know, if Gronk is out, that makes me nervous. I think I like the over, though, a little bit more on this one. Houston, you know, the Pats, obviously, with whoever they have on offense, seem to be able to put up a decent number every game. It's an interesting game. I'm still not sure what I think about it. We'll see if any sharp action comes in either way close to kickoff. I certainly respect your analysis and your opinion. Doug Upstone, thanks so much for your picks. Once again, NFL Week 14, Doug.